my famous pain training course. Pain training fundamentally is removing ego. That's the whole purpose of it. It is to regain and recapture your mind, body, and soul. It's to let your soul and your higher self come through. Because when your brain is completely in captivity from the ego, you no longer can actually utilize it. You can't trust it. You can't trust your brain. You can't trust your habits. You can't. So what we do, instead of trying to take on your mind and it's going to kick your ass, it's going to know exactly what you're going to do before you do it. Now the ego is so prepared for this and it's willing to sacrifice your life for it. Yet, so what we do is we do it physically. We physically train. We feel like anything in life. You train, you learn, you get better, you grow, and then you can prepare yourself to go to battle. But not doing these things, not training, not learning, not preparing, not strengthening, not conditioning yourself to go into battle is not going to be very good for you. It is like the difference between wisdom and knowledge. A person who can read a book, they can know some knowledge about some martial arts or self-defense or combat, and then they get thrown in a cage with a mixed martial artist, a professional fighter, a seasoned veteran, somebody that has cultivated themselves to be a walking, talking, a moving machine of decimating force. Who do you think is going to win? Knowledge or wisdom? The person that's been seasoned and built and constructed, and they have developed that skill set by a repetition. They have forged that wisdom through pain and fire and torture. Blood, sweat and tears, they have developed this skill set. Or the person who talks some crap. And that's the difference between wisdom and knowledge. Wisdom is have done. Wisdom is doing. Knowledge is all talk. The fundamental rule of life is the one with the loudest bark has the weakest bite. Don't be scared of the people that bark a lot, okay? Now through pain training, we purge the ego out of our minds. By physical repetitions and sets, we set ourselves up to succeed. We take back our minds, we take back control. We forge that neurological pathway by physical repetition. Now we try to take on our minds with our mind. How are you going to do that? The mind is the weakness, and you want to try to use the weakness to purge itself from itself. You're going to try to use the ego to remove itself. You're literally going to try and use your mind, which is corrupted by ego, to remove the ego. It doesn't work that way. It's corrupted. You can't trust it. But you can purge it. You can reset it. You can build new belief systems. You can rewrite the way it's done. And we do that by physical exercise. We put ourselves in physical situations where we can take control. For the very first time, you're no longer fighting with thought. For the very first time, you can grab and hold on to the actual result. For the very first time, you can grab it. You can succeed. It's not your mind is winning, your ego is kicking your ass. You can make sure that you succeed. In the gym with pain training is where you win. That 4% of your day, that 1 hour, which is 4% of your day, is where you take your mind back and set yourself up for the rest of the day. You prove to yourself, you push that ego back, you make that ego scared. You make it run, you make it know that this is your body, this is your mind, this is your life, and you're taking control of it. You do it by physically putting yourself through endurance. You push your mind ability. You're going to find that quit. You're going to find that I can't do it. You're going to find that I'm not good enough. You're going to find that negative belief system about you. You're going to push the ego so far back that it's going to leave you permanently. And you're going to prove yourself right. And you're going to win, and you're going to succeed by repetitions, reps and sets. Now guys, the pain training program might seem like, oh my God, it's painful. Life is painful. You're in pain anyway. Pain is where your brain manipulates you. You're not in control. You're a slave. You cannot do what you want to do when you want to do it. You cannot not do what you don't want to do when you don't want to do it. And that little bit of pain is fake. Pain isn't real. Pain is in your brain. The pain is telling you that in that part of your body, something is happening. You're in pain anyway, depressed, upset, anxiety, all that sort of stuff. You are already in pain. How about you use that pain to succeed? How about for the very first time you take control? How about you win? And through the pain training, we find that quit. We push you all the way. We get you to the limit where you quit. Because your brain will fail 100 billion times. Your brain will fail every single time before your body does. Because it is limited. Your body is limitless. By the structure of by your belief system and by your mindset and by your either ego or absent of ego, you can do or not do anything. If you're absent of ego, you are limitless. But if you have limiting beliefs, then you have an ego. And we use physical endurance. We use pain training to find it and prove it wrong. And prove yourself right every single time. You may fail, but you're gonna rise up. You're gonna stay down. Why are you down? We get there. Why are you down? Why'd you quit? Oh, because it hurt. No, it didn't. Is it hurting now? No. So why did you fail? Why did you quit? Oh, because and the reasons come out. And we keep going. So we're going to stay down there and you're going to keep failing in life and you're going to let the ego win, or are you going to take control and you're going to rise? And we go over it and over it and over it again and again and again. We force rep it. You may fail, but you're going to rise. And every single time you rise, you're winning. You're building that neurological pathway. You're building that discipline. You're building that self-belief. And you're going to get to a point where you are now in control of your pain. You realize that pain isn't real. It is happening in your brain. It is just an indication that something is happening in a certain spot. And that you can acknowledge that and remove it and then supplement and put in your chosen choice and outcome, and therefore you're going to make that happen. You don't have to be in pain. That's the whole point. Is if you consistently run and hide and stay and fear this, you're never going to achieve anything, but you can. The moment through pain training, you're going to be free of ego. Through pain training, you're no longer going to fear pain. Through pain training, there is no longer going to be any pain. Trust me, it is the most magnificent thing ever. We try to move away from the thing that hurts us. But the thing that hurts us is in our mind. So we physically exert ourselves, we physically train ourselves because we can do that. You decide whether you keep going. You decide if you drop the weight. You decide if you stop doing squats. You decide if you stop running. Your brain is in control of you. Your ego is using your brain to control you. How about you take back your brain so that you can control it? And it starts working and winning for you. A little disclaimer, guys. Guess what the development of yoga was for? It's not for being athletic. It's not for flexibility or core strength. The development of yoga was to separate man from ego. By being in physical strain and duress for an extended period of time, holding it, accepting it, come to peace with it, setting your intentions, visualizing where you want to be, choose to be, and manifesting it through that, and no longer being in the quit, poor me, I'm not good enough, I can't do it, brain. And the more you do it, the better you get at it. So keep it up, guys. Reps and sets, pain training is your solution. This is my absolute biggest core piece of my life program. And the more you do it, the better you get at it.